In the previous videos, we tested out these two potentate watercolor papers. One is 100% cotton, one is, I think, wood pulp. Correct me if I'm wrong. So now, I will not show you how this paper performs. I only have one full sheet left, and then I'm using this part. This is by Winsor and Newton. It's also 300 grams, 300 GSM. It's 25% cotton, not the 100% one. And you get 12 sheets. It's A4 size. So I'll show you some of the studies I did. I also shared some sheets to my friends for them to test it out. And I did wet on wet here, wet on dry on another layer. I did some studies, another sky study. This I painted outside, some tree studies. I used gouache here. They look really good. I'm just not good with gouache. Just playing around, but I like how it turned out. And then I'm using vibrant colors here, testing out landscapes, more sky studies. And this was painted outside again using gouache and watercolor. This I used pure paint. I mean, straight from the tube, and they look really good. Some more cloud studies. I painted this outside, and now let's do another sky study. Just like what we did with the other previous videos, I will be using Gansai tambi. So let's start. I'll do another sky study with a bit of silhouette, tree silhouettes. So let's start by wetting the paper. And since I pretty much have an idea how this paper works, it dries fast. So I'll need to wet this evenly. And then I have already prepared my paints in here. I'll start with the lightest color. I'm working pretty fast in here because I know it will dry soon. Sooner than expected. Okay. I'm layering it wet on wet. Putting it wet on wet. I love how muted the colors are in this Gansai Tambi set. Oh, I might have done something in here. Can you see that? What happened? Anyway, else, I will continue. You'll see once I start testing out my 100% cotton papers that the pigments are behaving differently when they're not sitting on top of 100% cotton. But I would also like to emphasize that using this student grade paper gives you so much freedom. There's less pressure and there's more fun because you don't have to worry, oh no, am I wasting this paper? Oh no. Do I deserve this paper? Do I use it now? Am I good enough? Those are the kind of mindsets that would really hold you back from improving because you'll think, I'm not yet good enough to be using this kind of paper. That's why I have a mix of student grade and artist grade papers on hand. For fun studies like this where I'm just testing out my colors, I'd like to bring out these cheaper papers. But for the more serious studies, once I've tested how the combinations work on a student grade paper, then I can now go and grab my more expensive ones. So I don't like to overdo this. And then let me see if I can drop in pure pink over there and add lighter clouds. Not really that visible, but yeah, it can work. Okay, now it's starting to dry. I can see by how the pigment is reacting. I have to leave this to dry, and then we'll do some silhouettes later. Okay, this is fairly dried now, so what I'll do is I'll grab a smaller flat brush and I'll just mix in some darker colors for some silhouettes. So this is just a silhouette. No need to worry about how this will look like. Just to give them a context on the size, where this is located. Just adding some evergreen trees here, silhouettes only. I think that looks good. Maybe scratch some here, some branches. And we're done. Okay, as I've mentioned in my previous videos, I recommend this type of tape. I think it's MTX, and do not leave the tape for too long. I also pick up some lint from my clothes, meaning when I peel off this tape, I picked up some lint first from my clothes before taping it in here, to avoid accidentally ripping off your paper, because this is not 100% cotton, so you have to be careful with this student grade paper. Unlike 100% cotton, you won't have any problems at all. Even if you use a stickier masking tape, there's no problem at all. But with this student grade ones, I would like to be very careful. I think this is missing something. Why not add some birds? Just to add life to this painting. Just some. A darker color of the cloud is what I always recommend when you want to add some birds, so they wouldn't pop out too much. Let's add some contrast in here. And that's it. Let me know if you've already tried this paper or if you have any more questions, but so far I do love this one for small studies also. Bye!